Hey everyone, I'm Superfizz. I do a daily video that I call State of the Stake. I come from the EthStaker community, and you can find us at reddit.com/r/EthStaker or in our Discord at invite.gg/Discord. We have a vibrant community of Ethereum stakers who really work hard to be welcoming first and knowledgeable second, and so we try really hard to involve people and get them staking on their own. I woke up this morning to a really interesting Reddit post, and I haven't responded yet, but I've been thinking about it because it really intrigues me. The question was, does the EthStaker community promote spoon feeding of users to the point that they're really unable to fend for themselves and therefore an overall liability to the network? And that is just a spectacular question. It's one that I think we should think of, and it helps me realize my need to promote our vision of the future. Because if we don't define our future, someone else will. And so the simple answer is no. We are not doing any harm by spoon feeding users. We're getting as many home stakers and small scale stakers up to speed as we possibly can, because we have an obligation to the network to be as decentralized as possible. And the alternative to home and solo stakers are centralized pools where people send their coins and lose control over them and lose control over centralization of the network. And so what we have is a situation where we have software that is a little bit complex to get going, but once it's going, it's pretty stable for the long haul. Problems could come up, but they're essentially as simple as following the first setup scripts and rebuilding a node. And so let me tell you what I believe the future of staking holds. I think that staking should be as simple as browsing to a website, clicking a button, having the site identify your operating system, prompt you to download the client that self-installs and says, please sign this transaction. And you one click sign a transaction and you're staking. Staking should be that simple. If it's not, it's because the community hasn't brought it to that level yet. And we're in the early days right now. Staking is as difficult as it's going to be. Really what I'm looking for by this is that users take the responsibility for building those first steps. If you know how to script, create an installation script. Post it on GitHub, share it with other people, endorse what other people do. Review those scripts. One of the things I'm most impressed with is the prism.sh script, which is simply a downloader script for the latest version of Prism, but they have put it in a wrapper that makes updating simple for end users. That kind of engineering makes the entire staking process more approachable, and those are the things we need to do. When I think back to something, I wasn't alive then, but I've watched videos about the Model T, the first mass-produced car, and it had a crank where you had to go to the front and you had to crank it around before the engine would start. And people would literally break their arms with the crank, and cars were seen as dangerous because of that. But through engineering, the starter was created, and it's a motor that goes beside the engine to start the engine safely, and that increased access to motor vehicles. That is the same thing we need to do with staking. We need to jumpstart the installation process so that people can get staking as quickly as possible and as seamlessly as possible without all of the hurdles that we have now. We need to abstract away the ETH1 client. And some of those great starts are the clients at ethereumnodes.com. But let's even abstract it further and allow a seamless installation of a full client. We need to abstract away the installation and upgrade of beacon chain clients. We need to abstract away the importing validator keys, entering passwords. All of those things right now are very important, and they're an important part of the process. But if we're going to make staking accessible, and if it's going to remain decentralized, then stakers who are interested in decentralization need to refine the process quickly so that home staking is as accessible and even preferable to pooled staking or hosted staking. And someone will say, well, if you can't fix your staking machine, you probably shouldn't be staking. Well, I drive a car all day long, and maybe I can't fix it, but that's no reason not to participate in the process. We depend on cars, and we depend on other people to fix them. In the same way, if a staking machine breaks, we can get help fixing it. That is what the EthStaker community is here to do. And so our job as promoters of decentralization in the staking community is not to teach computer literacy skills. I definitely hope that people become more literate about staking, about computers in general, but that's not our goal. Our actual goal is promoting the decentralization of the staking community. And we achieve that goal right now in two ways. First, by promoting support for any users who want to stake. And second, by encouraging the wider community, you, the developers, the foundation, businesses, to create easy on-roads for staking that make it really accessible for anyone. What I really imagine is that in 5 years, your uncle who has some ETH can click a button, stake without any prior knowledge of computers, and kind of get a regular payout to a wallet that he can spend and live from. And he doesn't need to have any technical knowledge for this. All he has to have is a willingness to participate and a willingness to have skin in the game. So I look forward to that. This is really a call to action, because if we don't do this, if we don't take control of our community, if we don't lead decentralization and Ethereum staking, then someone else will take that opportunity and take a cut of money and centralize the network to do that for us. So I hope you'll take this seriously. I hope you'll begin to, if you're a home user, I hope you'll learn more about staking. If you're an intermediate user, I hope you'll develop scripts to make it easier for others and share them. If you're a developer, I hope that you will create wrappers for clients that make them easier to install and get us to that one-click solution. If you're a funder, I hope that you're giving money to organizations that can make this happen more quickly and more securely for all of us. So this is real. It's got to happen. I hope you join us in the process. So have a great day. Thank you.